Ever since I can remember, I've made cookies around the holidays with my mom and siblings. Throughout those years, I've made anything from snickerdoodles to peanut butter blossoms, but my favorite has ultimately always been the humble chocolate chip cookie. But anytime I've made them, they always seem to get hard way quicker than I'd like. You see, I'm a soft cookie guy, and if you're like me, then this, without exaggeration, is the holy grail of recipes. So let's get into my brown butter chocolate chip cookies. First, we're going to grab 1 cup or 2 sticks of unsalted butter. Then, setting a frying pan to medium heat, you're going to melt the butter, making sure to keep it in constant motion because we're not just melting it, we are browning it, so burning the butter can happen pretty quickly. Once it's melted, continuously whisk. The butter will start to crackle and foam, but keep going. Once the butter has a nutty aroma and is an amber color like this, move it to a large enough bowl to be cool enough to touch. Once the butter is ready, measure out 1.5 cups of packed dark brown sugar and 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. Once you have all 3 ingredients, get out a large mixing bowl and an electric mixer like I have here. Add your brown butter, making sure to get all the browned bits at the bottom. That's where the flavor is, folks. As well as adding the brown and granulated sugars. Then, on low speed, mix until well combined. It should look like really wet sand. Next, we're going to need 1 egg plus the yolk of 1 other, both at room temperature, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, and 1 tablespoon of, yes, secret ingredient, plain Greek yogurt. Now, there are multiple methods to separating the yolk from the white of an egg, but I just decided that tossing it back and forth between my hands was a quick way to do so. Now to the bowl, add a whole egg, the egg yolk, the vanilla extract, and the plain Greek yogurt. Then, again, on low speed, mix until well combined. This time, it'll look real wet. For the dry ingredients, we'll need 2¼ cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and a ½ teaspoon of salt. Grab a separate mixing bowl and add your flour, baking soda, and the salt. And make sure you let that salt know who's boss. Then just whisk it all together before we start to add it to the wet. Now in this step, it's important to slowly add the dry to the wet, as to make it easier on your mixer. Giving the batter some time to hydrate is crucial to a better mixing experience. Once the mixture looks pretty homogeneous and, well, like a cookie dough, it's time for the chips. Specifically 3/4 cup of both Semisweet and milk chocolate chips. Now you're gonna add both to the bowl and only mix till just incorporated. We don't want the chips to start melting and breaking down. Once that's looking nice, pop the bowl into the fridge and let stand for 10 minutes. This is the perfect opportunity to make sure your kitchen is nice and clean. I'm a proponent for cleaning as you go. It makes it much easier on you afterward, I promise.
Hold on, do that again.
Now to prep, get out a baking sheet, some parchment paper, and a cookie scoop. Retrieve your dough once 10 minutes has passed and begin scooping out similar sized bits, then roll each into balls, spacing the balls evenly on your parchment-lined baking sheet. These actually need to chill for longer, so pop them in the fridge for at least another 2 hours or up to overnight like I did. And voila! These balls are chilly, bro. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and once it's ready, just throw your tray onto the middle rack of the oven. I never really time anything unless absolutely necessary, so I would just wait until the very edges of the cookies are starting to get some browning. Don't worry if the cookies seem underdone. They'll keep cooking with the residual heat after being taken out. Once out of the oven, let sit on the tray for another 5 minutes to fully set and cook a little longer. This is key for ever soft cookies, people. The final thing we have to add is just some flaky salt to the tops of the cookies. This is optional, but the salt not only looks nice for YouTube, but it enhances the chocolatiness of the chips. Finally, get out a wire rack to give the cookies a chance to cool enough to be able to eat. Folks, these look so damn good, but let's see how they taste. All right, y'all, look at these things. I'm gonna try the one that looks not the best because we want the best for the thumbnail. YouTube logic here. All right, let's take this one. All right, so let's break this open a little bit here. Oh my God. Let's try the part with the most chocolate. Ah. Oh my God. Bruh. Listen, I don't mean to have an orgasm on camera, but like, that was pretty close. Make sure you make these fucking cookies. They're the best thing you'll ever eat. And now just get the fuck out of my kitchen. Stupid audience, get away.